easy. That way it's great. But let's address that. So when you're wrestling, guys, if you're a gi choke guy, or like you want to choke someone with their gi, you want to play lapel guard or anything, you should already be pulling the gi out as you start your match. Pulling the gi out means you're just opening it up so you have an easier time getting your grips. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because there's science to getting it, but at the end of the day, if that's the game you play, you want to open it up right away when you're going for attacks. So the first thing I want to do is, while I'm playing with George, I'm opening his gi, I'm doing all this stuff, you know, I'm keeping him busy, is I want to scoop up that corner of his skirt right there and kind of get it in like a kung fu grip. You know, try to do it as discreetly as possible when you're fighting, you know what I mean? And if he's here and you need to break his grip, you can come under, punch through, pinch your knees at the same time to bring him down. Then we can kind of start controlling, pummeling through, you know, kind of getting this game where you're fighting, but my knees are compressed into him the entire time, making it difficult for him to posture up. Once I have this grip, I'm gonna feed it over to the other side, just like this. See here? Over the shoulder here. Now, I feel him going back, I'm gonna let him go. I'll swing my legs up. That will stretch it out for me. I'll use his energy backing up to stretch it out for me. Now, if at all possible, I take the right hand. Now, I don't want to do this. You see the gap between my arm and his neck? I don't want that gap. So if his gi's long enough, you don't want to do that. You want to come nice and tight. See that motion? Right there. So the side of my arm there is right on his carotid artery, and I drop my elbow immediately. Now from here, we got a couple finish opportunities. One, if I'm able to elevate up, and there may not be enough space there, but you see where, right in that little gap there, if I'm able to come underneath and get my 4 fingers right in that little gap, perfect. From there, I'm gonna drop my elbows down, and then I'm gonna flare the wrists, get the tap. My wrists are flaring out, or to the inside, I'm sorry. So I pull down to make it tight, and then they flare to the inside. Down, here, here, and we get the cross choke. That's if there's enough space to come underneath there. There may not be enough space, right? But if there is, that is an option. Now, so we're here, it's over. He comes up vertically, stretches it out. Now, this is important. When I do the transition with the 4 fingers, I'm gonna pull it sideways a little bit more to get it tight. Then drop the elbow down. Left foot on the hip now, I'm gonna swivel over a little bit. There wasn't enough space for me to get it underneath. Lock my guard, here, chop it quick. C-clamp the shoulder, drop my arm exactly where it was on the other side. Now pinch my knees, I'm gonna pull my elbows down again and do the exact same finish. This time though, on my right side, the side that's controlling the gi, I'm gonna pull it down and then out a little bit, then flare the wrist and get the tap. I'm actually using this arm as a wedge on his carotid artery there. Now I'm wrapping the gi on the other side, and I'm kind of sandwiching in this arm and his gi into both sides of his carotid arteries on each side, and I'm gonna get the finish. So option 1, and we're gonna work these 2 first, and then we're gonna work what we do when he defends it, because we can modify this when he defends it, but we need to make sure we can get there first to make it a little easier. So boom, you're here. Let's just start here. You have this grip. Pinch your knees, pull them in. When you feed this to the back, then he postures up. He pulls all the slack out for you. Come across, pull it tight, elbow down to the mat. Option 1, 4 fingers in tight, down, down, elbows tight, turn the wrists in. Option 2, I'm here, I can't get through, his arms are here, whatever, I swivel, drop this foot like I'm going for an arm bar. I'm on his shoulder. Punch that in tight, elbows tight, finish. Second option for now.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then we're gonna work the actual Bravo one, where when he defends, we push the arm across and we sandwich his arm between our chest and him, and we finish it with kind of a modified darce. Let's go.